how this product works, how this product penetrates the skin. Would you please describe what we're looking at on this illustration?
Yes. If you notice, anything with the greasy ingredients will lay up on top of the skin. Stevens penetrates down clear to the hypodermis. So the others do not moisturize the skin. They try to create a barrier so moisture will not escape from the skin. The skin is 70% water, so it's very important to keep moisture in the skin.
What is the active ingredient of PainBreak?
The main things we use are things like avocado oil, jojoba oil, vitamin E, to bring the menthol salicylate down into the area to relieve the pain.
Does it smell?
For about a half an hour, you'll have a menthol fragrance.
Mm-hmm.
But after about a half an hour, that dissipates.
People that we've heard today talking about the benefits of PainBreak say that the effect is immediate.
In many things, it's immediate. Now, for where I've had arthritis for over 50 years in some parts of my body, it took about 30 days so that I didn't have any pain for up to 6 months at a time. Pain from arthritis, sciatica from a herniated disc, post-polio pain, which I had polio back in 49, 50. 30 years later, I get what they call post-polio syndrome. That's excruciating pain. I had pain every day for 15 years before I developed my PainBreak. After using it 30 days, I can use it once a month, no pain. I can play golf again, or I couldn't play golf for 2 years. Now I don't have any pain whatsoever when I play golf.
There are a number of conditions that PainBreak have been used for, and I was wondering if you could name some of the many conditions that PainBreak will provide relief for.
Well, just about any muscle pain, joint pain, back pain. It helps relieve things that we've had people try on gout. It helps relieve gout, costochondritis, fibromyalgia. We've had some people that it's helped relieve their shingles pain. And if you've had a whiplash, you have arthritis in your neck, it relieves that. If you're under a lot of stress and you start getting a stiff neck, it starts working up to give you a headache, you just loosen your collar, massaging your shoulders and maybe up into your temples. And within a half an hour, you won't have a stiff neck caused by stress.
How do you recommend applying PainBreak?
I recommend doing it after a bath or shower when the pores are open. Then after the pores are open, dry off, then massage thoroughly wherever your pain is. Like my sciatica used to shoot from my hip down almost to my knee, and it would be so bad I couldn't hardly turn over in bed. Now I haven't had to use it on my hips for arthritis for 6 months after using it 30 days steady.
You were an athlete at one time, is that correct?
Yes, I started out playing football, baseball, basketball. I threw the discus in college. I did the sprints, 100-yard dash. I've always loved golf. I played golf 4 or 5 times some weeks. I played racquetball. I just loved all athletics. Mm-hmm. But when I started getting all these pains, I just had to give up on all of these things till I did get the PainBreak and did relieve my pain, because the ingredients carry the painkillers into where you need to take them, like into the arthritic joints, into the muscles. But now I can do things I couldn't do 2 or 3 or 4 years ago. I can play golf now with 0 pain.
A play hockey once or twice a week, and I have to use, I use Stevens PainBreak on my sore muscles, my sore knees, hamstring to really loosen it up after a big game. I can't sleep at night unless the pain's gone. So I use the Stevens Skin Cream, the Stevens PainBreak on my legs and on my joints to just really alleviate the pain so I can actually get to sleep. I tried a few like painkillers that I took orally, but those didn't seem to work, so I found that something I could actually put on my skin really did work. I tried it and it worked really well. It got rid of the pain. It was a nice product. It wasn't greasy and it didn't stink. It was very nice to put on. So it was enjoyable, in fact. Usually when I just get the bottle, I'll open it up and just put about a little dollop in my hand and massage it into my leg or into my knee or my ankles, whatever seems to be aching at that point in time. I really rub it in well, and I feel that that gives a better effect when I do that. It's pretty instantaneous. You start feeling the vapors of the PainBreak just right off. You can really get some relief right then and there. It's a very fast-acting product. Definitely, PainBreak's a good product.
I have had an injury that occurred 3 years ago, and so I have 4 herniated discs, and I had a slip and fall accident that helped to create this for me in my life, and I had broken 3 ribs and tilted my pelvis in this fall, so I was kind of messed up for quite some time. And in fact, the first 6 months was very painful for me, but as time progressed, it has gotten worse instead of better. So it was like, over a period of time, I've now actually seen the damage that has really occurred. I never would know when this would act up. My back would just be excruciating pain. I also have 5 children, and I was a single mom when this happened, so I had 5 children and was a single mom, and that just kept me busy, but the back problems was out of control because I had to go to 2 or 3 different doctors during the week, ongoing, and nobody could give me any real relief. I had all kinds of medications that were very expensive, and I didn't feel like they were giving me relief. I had injections done at the hospital. I've tried all kinds of different methods to try to relieve me of this pain, and nothing was really successful. I did try it, and I found out that by applying this product before I went to sleep at night, I was able to get a good 8 hours sleep. I wasn't interrupted at all, and I would be able to get the rest I needed, and so that the following day I would be more pleasant, and people started seeing a change. The people, meaning my children, and I've since married, and my husband, he saw a difference in my attitude and the way I'm feeling, and I'm more upbeat. I still have bad nights, but by applying this cream, after about 15-20 minutes, it kicks in, and it helps me get to sleep, and I can be like I used to be, where I can get a sound 8-hour sleep.
I've had shingles for 6.5 years. It disrupted the whole life. About the only thing I could do was drive a car and fly my plane with pillows on the back of me so that I wouldn't touch my back on anything. I couldn't even wax a car, any little things like that. If I did, I'd get what I call lightning bolts, and it's like convulsions. It makes you bad pains on your back, and they would last 2 or 3 days, and then finally they go away. So, I couldn't even wear a shirt like this. I haven't worn this shirt for about 6.5 years, and today I'm wearing it, and it doesn't hurt. First I went to the doctor, and he prescribed about 4 or 5 different prescriptions, and nothing worked. And I tried all the remedies that people told me about, and none of that worked either. And until 2 months ago, when my dermatologist asked me if I'd like to try this PainBreak. So I said, sure, but I didn't have any faith in it at that time. When I got home, I had my wife put it on my chest and on my back. Then I sat down and read the paper, did my crossword puzzle, and then I got up to go get a drink, and I could move my shoulders, and there was no pain here. I can touch it now. And for 2 months now, I've been practically back to normal. I feel like I'm a regular human being again.
Joining me is Professor John R. White from Washington State University. Professor White teaches clinical pharmacy and can actually read the ingredient list on the back of some of those skincare products and know what some of those 5-syllable words mean. Professor, thank you for joining us.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
I want to find a product that's going to work for me. Give me the short course here, Professor. Talk to me about what kinds of ingredients go into moisturizers.
Okay. Most moisturizers that are used today are based on occlusive properties or occlusive nature.
All right,
of
occlusive. Give me a little help there.
Occlusive agents are agents that form a barrier across the skin. The theory is that if you block moisture from leaving the skin, that the skin will be moisturized by virtue of the fact that moisture is not being lost.
Now we have some of those hiding back here,
We
right?
have several of the leading occlusive agents used in the United States today. These two are petroleum-based products, petrolatum and mineral oil. They are highly occlusive. They're very greasy. They stain the clothing.
Oh, wow.
In individuals that use these products, or products that contain mineral oil and petroleum or petrolatum, if the person washes their hands, they'll wash these substances away and will have to reapply them.
So you just really, when you wipe that on that's that greasy stuff you just keep wiping and finally spreading it out on the skin. Huh?
And if you get it on your clothing, it will stain your clothing. Another occlusive agent that's used in the United States is lanolin, and lanolin comes from wool. It's called wool wax. It is very occlusive. It's more greasy, if you will, than the products that you've just touched. In fact, I would recommend that you not put your hand in the lanolin. Lanolin is derived from wool and is associated with a very high incidence of allergic reactions. So most dermatologists will tell their patients who have had in the past allergic reactions to not ever use a product with lanolin because of the high likelihood that they'll develop an allergic reaction when using the lanolin.
List the back of this Stevens product. I know we don't have any petrolatum or mineral oil or lanolin, but let's talk about what's actually in this product.
In place of using occlusive agents, Stevens uses natural moisturizers, and we'll talk about those in just a moment. It also uses water, a form of deionized water.
Deionized, what kind of
Deionized water is a special type of water that is, it's the purest form of water you can get. Other substances in the Stevens cream include vitamins, which are act as moisturizers and may actually act as a form of nutrition for the skin.
There's also an emulsifier in there.
If emulsifiers weren't added to these natural oils, then what you would have would be 2 layers of compounds in the cream, which is not what you want. You want a nice, homogeneous, velvety cream, which is what Stevens has produced. In doing so, they've used several naturally occurring oils as moisturizers. Jojoba oil is the major moisturizer. Other moisturizers in Stevens include sweet almond oil, apricot kernel oil, avocado oil, and castor oil. All of these oils act to moisturize the skin. They're non-occlusive, they're well absorbed, they're quickly absorbed into the skin, they don't clog the pores. They leave the skin with a velvety feeling rather than that greasy feeling that's commonly encountered
Which I still have on the skin. These same ingredients, by the way, that make Stevens cream such an excellent moisturizer are found in a wide variety of other Stevens products as well.